Perhaps the most joyous day in the Jewish calendar is Purim. The Medrash on Mishlei states that in the future, after the redemption, all of the holidays will be nullified with the exception of Purim. What is so unique about Purim to make it everlasting in Jewish history, even beyond the major festivals? If we look at the story itself, it reads like a great historical novel, with drama, treason, romance, and mystery. It would seem that this story contains everything but God's involvement in the miraculous events. Because if you look in the Megillat Esther, the book of Esther, God's name does not appear even once. So here you have this unbelievable story without God's involvement. Why would such a story be engraved everlasting in Jewish history? And it's actually the absence of God's name in the Megillat Esther which makes it so unique. Other holidays commemorate great open miracles, the Exodus from Egypt, the Hanukkah story. In such miracles, it's so easy to see the hand of God and to sing his praises. But what happens on a daily basis? What happens when we don't so openly see the hand of God? In reality, everything that happens is under the direction of the true conductor of the orchestra of our lives. We are encouraged to say Moda Ani every day when we wake up, so that we will realize that God has given us another day, that every breath is another miracle. He is everywhere at all times. And this is the lesson of Purim. All of the events of the Purim story could be explained as coincidence, being at the right place at the right time. But there's no such thing. Our lives are directed and orchestrated by the master of the world, even and maybe especially when we don't see it. I heard a story from Rav Noach Weinberg, Zichrono Livracha, that hits this point at home. A guy named Steve was brought into his office from the Kotel, and Rav Noach wanted to introduce Steve to the yeshiva. Steve says to Rav Weinberg, I understand that the yeshiva is a place to get close to God. Rav Weinberg, I don't need the yeshiva to get close to God. God and I, we're like this. So Rav Noach looked at him and said, you and God are like this? Steve, how do you know that you and God are so close? Says Rav Weinberg, I've been here in Israel for the past several weeks, touring and vacationing, and I'm an avid cyclist. I was up north on my bike on a mountainside when I rolled over a rock, fell down 30 meters, and I got up without a scratch because God and I were like this. Rav Noach leaned over to the desk. He looked Steve in the eye and he said, Steve, who do you think pushed you off that cliff? God pushed you off that cliff and let you get up specifically to give you a wake-up call, to let you know that you're not as close as you think and time has come to get closer. The Purim story and the Megillah doesn't need the name of Hashem because he is written all over it. There's no aspect of the story of Purim, there's no part of Megillat Esther, and there's no part of our daily lives that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not involved with. And that is the purpose of a Jew. The purpose of a Jew in this world is to bring Hashem, his presence, his Shekhinah, and reveal it to all those around us. And it is for that reason that Purim, of all of the festivals, of all of the holidays, will be everlasting. The lesson that the Jewish people has brought to the world, that when you think HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not there, when you think that God is not part of events, then is really when he is there, in every aspect, in every part of our lives.